Skip Bayless, what did he mean to you?
Stephen, allow me to quickly personalize this. I grew up playing golf on a public golf course in Oklahoma City called Lincoln Park, which just happened to be located at that time in a black neighborhood. Every day I played, all summer long, I saw black people playing golf. I played with a lot of black people that I just wound up getting paired with at the first tee. So the sight of black golfers certainly wasn't shocking to me. And I must tell you, it wasn't that shocking to me in the late 60s when Charlie Sifford broke through. He won right near here at Hartford, won the Hartford Open, then he went to LA and won what was then a very prestigious LA Open. These are big tournaments on the PGA Tour. And I became a big fan of Charlie Sifford. Not obviously because I was a little white kid, he was a black golfer, not that he was a role model or an idol. I just became a big fan of Charlie Sifford, and I read about all the things Carrie just alluded to, all the slights and slurs and aggravation and the disgusting things that happened to him. He was a pioneer. But alongside him came Lee Elder and Jim Thorpe. And then as I became a newspaper columnist, got to know Calvin Peete when he was playing at Augusta National. And he wasn't even allowed to, his name wasn't allowed up on the leaderboard when he was in the hunt in the, I forget what, maybe 85-ish at Augusta National at the Masters. Are you kidding me? And I got to meet at one point Charlie Sifford and Lee Elder, and I enjoyed them. I wish I could have played some golf with them because they were good dudes. You know, they were my kind of guys to play golf with. And the shock of shocks came in 1997 when Tiger Woods broke through on the Augusta National stage and won the Masters. And the world seemed to embrace Tiger Woods, to me, as the first black golfer. And obviously, he was not the first. The breakthrough was the greatest breakthrough any black golfer had ever had. But my point is, the world didn't know all these other black golfers unless you were a real golf fan. And the shock of shocks is that I thought when Charlie Sifford broke through, and because I played at Lincoln Park, Lincoln East and Lincoln West, I thought that the floodgates would open at that point. Lee Elder, Charlie Sifford, Jim Thorpe, Calvin Peete, here they came. And I thought by the 90s, maybe, there'd be a whole lot of black golfers on the PGA Tour. I have heard all the reasons why, economics and politics, and we can go on and on and on. But I thought, at least with the breakthrough of Tiger, that by now, in 2015, we would have, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 black golfers on the PGA Tour. It just seemed like that was happening. And, you know, we have, besides Tiger, none that are qualified on the tour right now. That is shocking to me. And when I read that Mr. Sifford had passed yesterday, it really touched me because I looked back at my childhood in those days when I thought, a lot of black people play golf. This is great, you know, like and they're really good at it. So why wouldn't we in 2015, so we go from the 60s to 2015 and there are no other black golfers besides Tiger Woods, who's barely hanging on as a black golfer right now in his own way. So I say God bless Charlie Sifford, and I wish that the door he had opened had swung much wider.
God bless him for all that he meant to us, for all that he's done. God bless Tiger Woods for that tweet that he sent out, because I love the fact that he said, my grandfather is gone. That's what this man meant to him. And I deeply appreciate him acknowledging that publicly, because we all needed to know that that's how Tiger felt about this man. With that being said, what surprises you, Skip Bayless, does not surprise me at all. And allow me to step out there on that limb and give folks some insight, particularly the black men, and what our mentality is like. Are there a lot of us in NASCAR? No. Are there a lot of us in hockey? No. You don't see sports like that pretty much being put in the face of those within the African American community. And it's really as simple as that. With golf, dare I say, leap to the assumption, based on my upbringing, based on the things that I've been told, based on the things that I've witnessed as an adult, obviously with access to country clubs if I so wanted to be a part of one, that golf is that one sport that still exists where, dare I say, we don't feel but so welcomed. In 1961, when Mr. Sifford broke that color barrier, you have to remember that the one bitter pill in all of this is that he was never allowed to compete in the Masters. Lee Elder comes in, and in 1975, he does so.
Yep.
Tiger Woods wins it, but we don't forget that. And then we have situations where women weren't allowed to be members of Augusta. And it reminded folks within the black community, particularly those that are men, of the prejudices that still exist. See, it's real easy, despite the prejudices that may exist in football to some degree, or basketball in a lot of people's eyes, or baseball. There are enough people around for you to feel like you're welcomed. Even if the establishment doesn't like you, you're not alone. What Jackie Robinson did, what Mr. Sifford did, and others, they're pioneers, and we get all that. The Larry Dobies of the world who follow Jackie Robinson, okay? The list goes on and on. You know, a Kurt Flood fight for free agency. You know, all of this stuff, you see that. But they were guys who opened the doors for a floodgate of individuals to follow. Whereas in the sport of golf, somehow, some way, even though they let somebody cut through, they still put you through so much, you never felt welcome.